Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Real. It's Slayer Sunday, where I'll be talking about and reviewing all the episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in order. Today, I'm looking at Season 4, Episode 4, Fear Itself. We begin the episode with the gang carving pumpkins and Xander realising he's picked up the wrong movie.
It was supposed to be Phantasm. Stupid video store.
They talk about some haunted house party taking place on campus, and Buffy takes off, still stung from how Parker treated her. She punches a trick-or-treater who scares her, and into the credits we go. Willow tells Buffy she's worried she's plateaued magic-wise, and Oz rocks up saying he's scared she'll get hurt.
I won't lie about the fact that I worry.
He likens witchcraft with werewolf transformation and says it's very easy to lose control, but says he'll support her no matter what. When she sees Parker laughing with his friends, Buffy bails with Willow going after her, encouraging her to go to the party, but she'll reckon she'll have to patrol and goes to check with Giles.
Hello, Buffy.
Oh my god.
It's a sombrero.
And it's on your head.
He's having a great time.
It's alive! See how he shakes.
And tells Buffy she doesn't need to patrol and to take the night off. At the party house, this dude complains about the shoddy sound system, so his friend offers to call Oz to help, before he shows the dude the mystical symbol he's found in a book to paint upstairs with. Anya jump scares Xander and complains that he hasn't called, and even though she said she was over him, she's not actually over him. And man, that's an ugly ass top. She criticises his choice of friends, so he for some reason invites her to the party as his date, but tells her to dress up as something scary. Buffy goes to Professor Walsh, who scolds her for missing class and threatens to kick her out, so Riley comforts her and encourages her to take the night off and go and have fun. As the symbol is painted on the floor of the house, Oz and Xander show up to help set up the sound system, but Oz hears the speaker crackling and goes to fix it, cutting himself in the process and spreading his werewolf blood across the symbol. Ooh, spider! Joyce fixes up Buffy's Little Red Riding Hood costume, a nice nod to the running theme in Helpless, and they talk about the divorce, with Buffy noticing that guys leave her whenever she lets them in. Joyce explains that after the divorce, she shut people out too, and it took a long time for her to trust anyone again.
It certainly didn't help that my last boyfriend turned out to be a homicidal robot.
And she reminds Buffy that she's very lucky because she has Giles and her friends. Willow wants to make sure Buffy has fun.
Yeah, and if Parker shows up, we'll just axe murder him. That's Halloween-y.
And she passes a lobster arguing with a present. Buffy meets Xander, who's dressed up as James Bond, just in case he gets turned into his costume again. And they spot Willow as Joan of Arc, because she was nearly burnt at the stake, a reference to gingerbread, and Oz is God, which is both genius and lazy. They come across some commandos, but whatever, and Xander says Anya is running late, so she'll catch up later. They go in the house, which is pretty tame, and Xander gets jump scared by a scaly Bob and spider again! Oz to the rescue! Buffy finds blood on the carpet, and then, oh no, flying CGI, everybody duck! But nothing is making sense. Up rocks Anya in a bunny costume, but the door is gone, and before she can ask this girl for help, the window goes all diagonally. Inside, the gang can't find the stairs, or the exit, and Buffy keeps repeating everything Xander says, which frustrates him. And they find Chaz having a freak out in the cupboard. He says it's alive, and then, why do I always forget how creepy this is? It tries to stab Buffy, but she kicks it back into being a prop again. So that's fun. A scream sends Chaz noping back into the cupboard, which vanishes, so Buffy orders the others to get out and find Giles. Anya is way ahead of them, bursting into his house and recruiting him to help rescue Xander, while Willow and Buffy get into a big fight about her wanting to use magic and being sidelined, and her and Oz storm off. So Xander tries to explain to Buffy that her actions lately are pushing people away. But hold up, Buffy hasn't heard a word he said. In fact, she can't even see him, so goes off in search of him, leaving him very, very confused. Willow rants to Oz about Buffy as they find the stairs, but he starts to transform, sans a full moon, and he accidentally hurts Willow, so runs off, leaving her alone too. Oz sits in the bathtub and wills himself not to be a werewolf, which has always made me cry a little, while Willow does a guiding spell, ew, scary clown! But it gets out of control and attacks her, which Buffy hears but has an accident trying to get to her. Josh shows up, we'll talk about what happened to him later, mocking her before she's attacked by zombies, while Giles and Anya try to get in.
We're gonna have to create a door.
Create a door, you can do that?
I can.
Groovy.
Buffy fights off the zombies and escapes upstairs, finding a lot of terrified guests, including Oz and Willow, who are okay now.
We're not okay. We need to get out of here.
Okay then. Xander can now be seen, and they realise the house brought them all together for a reason. And in the book, Willow reads the symbol is of Gaknar, the fear demon that's trying to manifest itself.
If we close our eyes and say it's a dream, it'll stab us to death.
The door bursts open and it's Giles, recognising Gaknar, and shows Buffy a picture. She's not a fan. Buffy hastily destroys the symbol before Giles can finish his sentence, which is the way to summon Gaknar, and the house shakes as he is brought forth in all his tininess.
I am the Dark Lord of Nightmares, the bringer of terror.
Buffy squishes him. Back at Giles's, they eat candy. Anya admits she's scared of bunnies, and Giles points out that the translation under the photo of Gaknar means actual size. I love this episode. It's basically a punchline, and it's got lots of really fun dialogue in it. It references a lot of other episodes, which makes it self-aware and light. And not only is it the second episode focused on Halloween, it's also the second episode to feature fear manifesting itself. This iteration, while being pretty humorous in tone throughout, gave us an updated look at all the gang's fears, which will all come true at some point during the course of the show's run. Buffy fears being alone, something that will happen to her in season 5 with Joyce's departure from the show, and not being strong enough to fight the monsters, which will happen a number of times, but most notably with Glory and Caleb. Xander fears being worthless and essentially invisible to those around him, which has come up before and will continue to do so, despite him time and again proving everyone wrong. Willow fears losing control of her magic, which will happen in a major way in season 6, and Oz fears he will allow the werewolf to take over and hurt Willow, which will come to pass in just a few episodes' time. Even though he's not her watcher anymore, I appreciate that Giles is still the go-to person for help, and he's pretty badass and hilarious in equal measure. We get another look at Anya's growing affection for Xander, and also touch on her fear of bunnies, which will be a recurring joke and we'll even get a backstory. A really enjoyable standalone episode that captures the heart and humour of the show, while referencing that which came before it. We've got 2 deaths to add to our list. I only showed 1, but there were actually 2. During the gang's approach to the house, there were scenes that cut back to the upstairs party where there were, you guessed it, a shit ton of flashing lights. During this sequence, we had 1 human death, Josh, the party host who broke his neck fleeing his fears, and 1 demon death, Gaknar, who was stomped on by Buffy. That brings our running total to 1 human, 1 transformation, 4 vampires, and 1 demon. So there you have it. That was fear itself. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and don't let the vampires bite.